Well, hi there, and thanks for coming to this page. This webinar really is going to be an exciting one. I'm excited about sharing this information with you. How to double sales revenue in the next 8 weeks or even less. I want you to double your sales in the next 8 weeks without being rude or pushy. Sales growth. That's my mission, to really help you be your absolute best. How to double sales in the next 8 weeks. My name's Lee Farnell, and I've spent the last 30 years helping people and companies, small businesses, large businesses, take their sales, take their service, take their leadership, take their business results, take their business enjoyment to the next level to help them be their very best. I want to share with you some of the secrets that separates professionals from closing their dream contracts. Closing, and we'll talk about closing. We're going to talk about dream contracts. Now, this is not a fancy presentation. At times, we'll be talking about the ugly truth. You must say, Lee, this is ugly truth. So who is the webinar for? Who is this webinar for? Well, it's for anyone who wants to increase sales. It's for entrepreneurs. It's for business owners. It's for people who are new to sales. It's for people who are not so new to sales, experienced people, sharpening the saw, polishing the diamond. It's for sales managers. It's for professionals, lawyers, accountants, IT professionals. It's for people in retail, whether you sell products in a shop, in a store. It's for people starting up a business. It could be a one-person business. It could be a 10,000-person business. You know, I want people who are hungry for growth, hungry for change. I want decision makers, people who are action takers, who want to make a difference. You know, the problem is there's been a big rip-off that's gone on for the last 100 years or more, and that big rip-off is our education system doesn't tell us that, hey folks, everyone sells and everyone serves. That if we're going to prosper in any economy, we need to know how to sell and how to serve. You know, I've had people who've done MBAs and said we spent like 5 minutes talking about sales, how to actually go through a journey and help someone come to a conclusion where they buy from you. It's like, can you imagine a master of business and they still spend 5 minutes? It's just absolutely crazy. Gets me really angry, but it gets me excited because it's a great opportunity to get a real edge. As Daniel Pink says from his To Sell Is Human book, best-selling book, the research he did, he said, we're always selling. He said, people spend 40% of their work time selling something, even if you're in the accounts department or you're in the marketing department or you're in the admin, you're selling ideas. You're selling people to not do that job but to do something else. One way or another, we're influencing people, but we're not taught anything about how to do it. Gets me so angry. In fact, part of my mission when we talk about sell, serve, prosper is to join the society for the prevention of cruelty and mismanagement towards innocent salespeople. You know, we see time and time again where someone is in a job in sales and they say, there's the phone or there's the database, get on it, and if you don't make a sale, then it's your fault, not ours. Or there's the manual, good luck. There's so much mismanagement, and to tell you the truth, it's not even the manager's fault because, well, we're going to talk about why that is, but join the mission. And when we're talking about the mission, everyone serves, everyone sells, sell, serve, prosper, it really is, if it's Australia, is to grow into a greater prosperity, then we've got to teach our children the blueprint, the framework to prosperity. I mean, how can a society become more prosperous if we don't teach the people in the society how to sell, serve, and become prosperous? And in fact, if our world is going to grow to greater prosperity, if our whole world is going to grow to greater prosperity, it's actually not just our children, but in fact, everyone needs to know the skills to sales, service, and prosperity. And really that is my mission, to help our world sell more, serve more, prosper more across borders. Beyond all that, in sell, serve, prosper, it's not just economic prosperity, but it really is about fighting poverty through education. This is one of the charities that we support and help. And of course, the whole of the United Nations has the global goals, and one of my core goals is quality education to help people sell more, serve more, prosper more, be it kids in Ethiopia or kids in India, Australia, but not just kids, but people in business, because as we help people in business sell more, serve more, and prosper more, they too can help others sell more, serve more, and prosper more. And that's where B1G1 comes in, and you can sell more, serve more, prosper more, and as you get customers buying more, you can give more. So everyone wins, and that's part of my goal, and our mission is to help people sell more, serve more, prosper more, locally and globally. So is this you? You're worried about cash flow? Is this you? You've got cash flow poverty in the first world. Is that you? You've got lead flow poverty in the first world. Is that you? Is this you? You're worried about bills, the next bills that are coming in, the bills that have just come in the mail today or yesterday, business bills, personal bills. You're frustrated with your current sales results. You say, I need to get better results. You know you've got a good product or even a great product or service, but it's not getting the sales and traction in the marketplace that you know that it should be getting. Is that you? Is this you? You're frustrated with not getting enough quality leads to speak to. Or when you do get in front of quality leads, you don't convert and you don't get the business. That's so frustrating. Is that you? Is this you? Well, when you do get in front of a quality lead, it always gets down to price, and then you walk away knowing you haven't charged enough. Even if you do get the business, you go, oh, what went wrong there? That's frustrating. Or is this you? You've got a sales team and it's just not performing. It's not getting the results you want. Is this you? You want to grow and scale your business, double it, or even 10 times it, but you don't know how. Is this you? You feel like you've tried I've tried everything. I've tried everything and nothing's worked. Well, is this you? You've tried all the old style hard closing techniques and they just don't work in today's market. The market is different today than it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. We've got to adjust. Is that the frustration? Well, the solution is this. 1, you've got to look at your systems. 2, you've got to look at your strategy. And 3, you've got to look at scaling. What does scaling look like? Let's talk about scaling the business. Systems, strategy, scaling. Sales systems, sales strategy, sales scaling. Lead generation systems, lead strategy, lead scaling. The solution really is service-based selling systems. Service-based selling systems. Selling systems based on a service mindset, a service-based selling system. We're going to talk about what that looks like. You see, service-based selling is really about trusted selling, the relationship between sell, serve, and prosper. A service-based approach to helping the customer prosper. And so when you're selling on the basis that I want the customer to prosper, not I'm only selling so I can prosper. I'm only selling and you're not that interested in service. Old style selling versus new style selling. Selling on the basis of serving. Serving first before you sell. Serving to help the customer prosper before you sell. Giving value first before you sell. Let's talk about what that looks like in a sell, serve, prosper philosophy. The solution is old style hard closing just doesn't work anymore. It might have worked in the 50s, 30s, 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe even the 90s, but it certainly doesn't work in today's internet marketplace. Old style hard closing is offensive, repulsive, and damaging to your business. People talk via social media. People talk far wider today than they ever did. And so the old style hustler, the old style fast talking salesperson is offensive, repulsive, and damaging to your business. So what do we do about it? Well, we say this. If you don't have a system for selling, you're at the mercy of your customer's system for buying. David Sandler, great sales trainer, great principle. If you don't have a system for selling, you're at the mercy of your customer's system for buying. Customer system for buying often starts with, give me your best price. How much is it for? Pair of shoes, accounting service, hourly rate for lawyer, IT. How much is your hourly rate? If you respond to that without having a system for how to handle that question and then turn it back to where you are going to follow a system for selling, discovering the customer's need, a service-based approach to selling, you're going to be on the back foot every time. So let's talk about that, because I'm sure you've found yourself in that situation where the customer's controlling the buying process rather than you, a selling process, a service-based selling process. So you need a service-based selling system and a today market strategy to grow and scale your business. I'll say that again. You need a service-based selling system and a today's market strategy to grow and scale. A strategy that's based on what is going on in today's market, not what was going on 10, 20, 30 years ago. A service-based selling system. So how do you go about increasing sales, particularly in the next eight weeks? Well, there are 4 ways at least to increase your sales in the next 8 weeks. 1, you can increase your number of leads. So you take a look at your lead generation system, and we're going to talk about that. 2, you increase your conversion rate, and so we take a look at your conversion rate system. What is the system you have right now? Let's look at how we can take it to the next level. You increase your average transaction value. So if your average transaction value at the moment is $100, how do you take it to 110 or 120 or even 200? And then 4, you increase your frequency of purchase and you increase your frequency of payment from the customer. So there are 4 ways. We're going to look at that. Solutions. And the magic, the compounding magic of it, I mean, the great Warren Buffett says, compounding interest is the 8th great wonder of the world. And here, the compounding effect in terms of a service-based sales and marketing system here, take a look at this. Let's do the maths. If turnover is number of leads times average sale times conversion rate times frequency of purchase, if your overall revenue is number of leads times average sale, transaction value, conversion rate and frequency, take a look at this. Take a look at these maths. Let's assume you've got 10 leads come in. That when they do spend, it's $100 times 20% conversion rate. That is, you only convert 2 out of those 10, and they buy from you twice in the year. That's a turnover of $400. That's a turnover of $400. Let's take a look at this. But if you take the same business and say, no, now we've got 15 leads. We've increased our marketing. We've got more leads coming into our funnel. And then our average transaction, we've actually now got a sales process in place, and our pricing and packaging has changed to where now when someone buys, they spend 120 with us, and we've improved our sales process so that now our conversion rate goes to 40%. That is, 4 out of 10 people buy from us, and now because of our marketing and our loyalty programs and our back end, what I call the purple zone, now they don't go 2, they go to 2.5. Look what happens. 1,800. It goes from 400 to 1,800. We get a massive jump in numbers. Look at that. $400 goes to $1,800. We're talking about a 450% increase. Now let's assume you're not going to do that in the next 8 weeks, although you could. You could if you put your brain and your strategy to it. So a 450% increase. I mean, tell you what, is that worth going after for you? Think about it. The maths. 450. Just imagine what you might do with that extra money. Holidays, reinvest it back in the business, hire more staff, invest in more product, extend your premises, get a better office, get a better car, get better computer. What would you do with that 450%? But let's just take that a step further. What if we were going for just a 100% increase, leaving in the next 8 weeks? What does that look like? Well, as I said, 10 customers times $100 times a 20% conversion times 2, $400. But look at this. If it just went to 2 extra customers, 2 extra leads, we just get a little bit of an increase. That's $110. We increase the conversion rate. We increase the conversion rate by 30%, just a small amount, and it's just a little increase in repeat business. Bang. Look at that. What does that mean? That means little hinges swing big doors. Making small changes on critical factors in the business can make massive differences to your results. Little hinges swing big doors. So let's talk about how you can do that. 100% is possible. Are you ready to go for it? 100% is possible. Are you ready to go for it? Now, make sure phones are off, mobiles are off, because we don't want you distracted. We're talking here about sales, money, self-serve, prosper. My job as a coach is to help you be the best you possibly can be. That's why it's called Farnell Best Business. We want you to be the best business you can be, to be your best, to make the biggest and best possible impact you could make in the world, in your community. How big do you want to go? So I work to coach, I catalyze change, I ask people and challenge people to step out of their comfort zones. Why? Because I need to do that every day myself to make a difference. Charles Handy, the great professor of London Business School, talked about this blue line. Every business is somewhere on this blue line, on the way up, plateauing, or on the way down. And the fact of the matter is, there's a lag time from when you come up with an idea to when the idea starts making money. So the best time to actually start implementing new ideas in terms of lead generation, marketing, sales, training, anything in your business is when you're on the way up, because it will take time for that idea to start making money. The beautiful thing about sales is you can come up with an idea in the morning, implement it in the afternoon, and be making more money by the end of the day, particularly when it comes to lead generation and sales conversion. Selling, boy, oh boy, you never make as much money as when you're negotiating. You never make as much money as when you're following a well-oiled sales process. So let's take a look at how that happens. And by the way, here are some other stats. According to Forbes magazine, 55% of salespeople lack the basic sales skills. Why is that? Because it hasn't been taught in our education. People have been ripped off. So unless they've learned it from their parents or a boss or a mentor, or they've gone out on their own and gone to seminars or invested, chances are they are underperforming. And you are underperforming. Because, often when we do work in companies, people say, I did sales training years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, it's just outrageous. Most people are under-trained and under-drilled and often think they know it all and don't need it. And it's costing them big money. Might be costing you big money. So we know it's about a sales playbook and it's about sales training. 20% extra performance. According to a recent report, the best sales training is going to improve the performance of an individual on average by 20%. So I can coach you and train you to improve your sales by 20%, which means that sales training on its own is not the answer. It needs to be about strategy as well. Strategy, packaging, a whole range of things beyond just sales training. So this is me. This is me doing what I love doing, working with groups of people, and this is actually me on the Queen Mary 2 going between New York and London with a group of business owners and franchisees, helping them sell more, serve more, prosper more. We had a fantastic time, but at the same time, help them make a lot more money, which is fantastic. This is me just this year with a team in Nice, British Standards Institute. This is, again, these guys, over the last 2 years, we've developed, trained, made changes to strategy. We've had 176% of budget. In other words, they not only hit budget, they almost doubled revenue. Now, this is across 13 countries, so that meant there were millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars extra made as a result of the work that we'd done. Fantastic. I'm so proud of that, helping them be their best. These are some of the other clients I've worked with over the years, everyone from Dimmick's bookshops to Cotton On in retail to Rusty and Volcom in the surf industry to Telstra Australia to Actel in Bangladesh. But you know what? The one thing everyone has in common is we're people in business looking to solve problems, going into the marketplace, competing with others, and selling on our points of difference. The same principles apply across industries. That's what I want to share with you. I've spent the last 30 years working with thousands and thousands of human beings, helping them be more effective in business. Not just sales training, but business performance, growth performance, sell more, serve more, prosper more. But before we go any further, let me ask you a question. Are you coachable? Are you coachable? When you hear an idea, are you willing to look at doing things differently? Because if you're not, turn this off now and leave. Because if you're not coachable, there's no use having this conversation. Then, are you worth investing in? That is, ask yourself, am I worth investing in? Is my business worth investing in? If your answer is yes, then let's continue. And by the way, when was the last time you invested in yourself? When was the last time you invested in yourself? If you're that worthwhile investing in, when did you last bother to put your hand in your pocket and say, you know what, I need to invest in myself, time, energy, money, to get a different, better result? You see, the old saying goes, for things to change, you must change first. Oh, that's a terrible truth. Can't the government change? Can't the climate change? Can't the weather change? Can't the water change? Can everything else change except me? The answer, sorry, ugly truth, no. You need to change if your results are going to change. And what you do need is an 8-week action plan to go, right, what's going to happen in week 1? What's going to happen in week 2? What's going to happen in week 3 to my sales, to my marketing, to my thinking, to my time management? Well, let me help you with that. The secrets that separates professionals from closing their dream contracts. Let's get into that even more. Fact, everyone has a sales blind spot. Everyone has a sales blind spot. Everyone thinks they're doing things the right way, and in fact, when you drill down, you discover, man, I could have been doing that differently. I could have handled that phone call differently. I could have arranged my day differently. I could have written different copy in the marketing. I could have had a different offer. I should have done a different package. There's so many things can go wrong in this multiple thing called business. Be it a retail business, whether professional services business, whether you're accounting, lawyer, whether you're furniture, whether you're shoe sales, whether you're car sales, 1,000 things can go wrong. And the blind spot, the bigger the ego, often the bigger the blind spot. So as Einstein said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. In other words, if we want to solve problems and get different results, we need different thinking. The question is, where do we get that different thinking from? How do we expose ourselves to new systems and new models? How we think determines our results. As Nike said, there's no finish line. If we want to get better and better and better at our sales, better and better and better at our business, then we need to keep evolving, keep changing, keep taking our performance to the next level. So what is the secret? Professionals, closing, got to think different, got to act different, got to do things differently. One of the problems is that professionals in particular don't have a sales mindset. They have a information giving mindset. They have sit behind my desk with a degree behind my desk going, well, if people walk in, I'll give them information and then they buy from me. And of course, that's not true. The best lawyer doesn't necessarily get the most business. The best accountant doesn't necessarily, the best shoes sometimes don't even get the most business. It's the best sales and service system, the best sales and service mindset. So important. The mindset that says you're not in the architecture business, you're in the sales and marketing of the architecture business. You're not in the coaching business, you're in the sales and marketing of the coaching business. You're not in the shoe business, you're in the sales and marketing of the, you're not in the restaurant business, you're in the sales and marketing of the restaurant business. Most people are blind to this, and yet if you change the mindset, you change the result. So, what is your definition of selling? Your mindset around selling. What is selling? Selling is just closing. Selling is hustling. Selling is bullshitting. Selling is getting the person and twisting their arm up their back. No, it's not. It's about service-based selling. Most people don't have a service-based sales growth system. Most people don't have a service-based sales growth system. That is a harsh reality. Take a look at this. Companies that follow a well-defined sales process are 33% more likely to be high performers. The win rate exceeds 50% for 2/3 of companies that have a defined process in place. You need a sales playbook, you need sales training, and then you need the 4-way growth strategy to get massive growth. That's what I want to talk to you about today. You see, you need a systems mindset. Input, what goes into the system? Time, products, energy, money, people, words, physical resources like offices and computers. And what comes out? Well, either you get enough sales or you don't. You get enough sales with enough margin or you don't. You get enough growth or you don't. And so you need within the system feedback, and certainly you need a way of giving feedback to the system so that it improves. And then when it comes to environment, you can have a great system but a sick environment. A great sales system, a great marketing system, but if the culture and the environment is bad, sick, you'll poison results still. So it needs to be a combination of both the system and the environment, the culture. And so that's what we work on when we work with companies, is a systems approach, but also a cultural environment approach to making a difference. But every company you need a customized solution that's tailored to your business. You know, your business is different than other people's businesses. So your sales system, your sales and marketing system should be like a tailored suit. You can go get one off the rack, but one off the rack is not going to fit you as well as one that is tailored or be as high quality. You see, let's take the point. The McDonald's sales and service system clearly needs to be different than a cash converter's sales and service system. Niche living real estate needs to have a different system than McDonald's or cash converters. Blackburn Real Estate sells different products to niche living. Niche living operate in the affordable housing market. Blackburn deals at the upper end in terms of more luxury apartments. So you need a different sales and service system. Then we look at Hoesch, a German mining engineering company. They, of course, need different sales and service systems to Blackburn or McDonald's or cash converters. BSI, British Standards Institute, founder of the International Standards Organization, well, they're selling professional services and a whole range of other tools. Well, they, of course, are going to need a different system than cash converters and McDonald's. You're not selling fries. Liquor barons selling liquor, wine, beer, spirits, they sell again. Therefore, they need a different sales and service system customized to their business. Seven West Media selling advertising need to have a different customized system. You can't just get one off the shelf. So you too need a customized system to your business. Here's another one, Titan Tires and Wheels and Axles. Clearly, it's a different business selling to a different marketplace. You need a customized solution that's tailored to your business. So what we have done is developed a fantastic system. This is the system that makes people money. We call it a sales conversion playbook. There's a yellow zone. There's zones between the zones. You need to know where you are at any point in time. You see, most people, untrained people, have no idea what the process is to take a lead, follow that lead through, give it great service, give the lead great service, and solve the problem to not only win the business, but to have the business coming back time and time again with a lifetime value. So there is what we call the sales circle of life. And in the yellow zone, we're particularly talking about lead generation, radiating to the marketplace, knowing, as we said, the 4 ways to grow the business. 1, get more leads. Then there is the average dollar sale, how we go about the system we have for packaging our product and service, our pricing, our ability to articulate value, how we pitch. The untrained person will stuff that up, and you need a system, you need to capture best practice, and you need to have one that's customized to your business. In the absence of doing that, you'll sell on price, and you won't package your products up well enough, it won't package enough value, and then you'll wonder why you're not making the profit you need to make. Then there is your sales conversion system. What is the journey you take people on to where we say you get them to sell themselves? You get them to sell themselves. There's a way of doing that, and that's what the sales conversion playbook does. And then beyond that is what you do to get them coming back time and time again in terms of frequency of purchase. You see, if you improve your ability to generate leads, improve your packaging and articulation of value and pitching, improve your conversion and your sales conversion system, improve your frequency of purchase, in the next 8 weeks, you can clearly improve by 100%. We showed you the numbers. 2 more leads, increase your conversion rate by just 10%, increase your average price just by a small amount, and then get people coming back just a fraction more each year, you're going to increase by 100%. No problems. But you know what? Then we know the untrained person doesn't understand what needs to happen at the front end of the sale, how you welcome, how you position yourself. There are key things that happen in that, what we call the orange zone. And there's missing links, particularly here in the blue zone, we call the backbone of the sale. Untrained people do not ask enough questions. Untrained people do not delve and swim long enough in the blue zone, and so you need to have a process in your playbook to capture that, particularly if you want to scale your business, particularly if you have a sales team. I can guarantee that 90% of your sales team do not spend enough time in the blue zone, let alone know how to work any of the other color zones that are there. There are too many missing links. They don't understand the qualifying process throughout the sales conversion playbook. That needs to be in there as well. Qualifying. Have I spent enough time in the orange zone to go to the blue zone? Have I spent enough time in the blue zone to go to the red zone? How do I know when it's time to move on in the sale? Where am I in the sales process? What the hell is going on? And that's why everybody needs to know how to follow the color zone selling system. There's too many missing links, but we know when we fill in those missing links, people's average dollar sale goes up, their conversion goes up, their revenue goes up, and how they all have a lot more fun. Too many missing links that need to be filled in. So what am I really talking about here? What I am really talking about is you and your structured service-based selling conversations. The conversation, the phone conversation, the face-to-face conversation, the conversations you're having via your social media, the conversations you're having via your funnels and your online marketing, because your conversations will determine your conversion rate. Your conversations will determine your conversion rate. Yes, your business results will equal the frequency times the value that you deliver from your structured service-based selling conversations. The more high-value service-based selling conversations you have, the more you will have better business results. Frequency times value. Frequency times value. One conversation, great. 20 conversations, even better. Then how you scale that using the internet is another fantastic strategy you can use. But let's keep back to the 8 weeks. First of all, one of your goals need to be, I want to double the number of high quality conversations I have with prospects over the next 8 weeks. If I double the quality of the conversation and if I double the frequency, I am surely going to improve by 100%. So yes, I'm going to focus on lead generation. This is how the color zone selling system works. Lead generation, then who qualifies to actually meet with me? In the orange zone, there's what we call the first 5. What happens in the first 5 minutes? A system, documented, captured, where we cover off on the 5 E's, whether we're talking about end in mind, expectations, evaluation, earn the right. It's all there. We structure it so that you know what happens in that orange zone to actually help you, give you the best chance. Then you need to know, when do I move from warm up to this, the 5D strategic questioning, where I go deep dive on understanding needs, discovering needs, where I discover need, where I look to get data, where I look to do a whole range of other things in terms of what we call POMVIC, 5D strategic questioning. Then when I've really spent time in the blue zone, I know that I've qualified the prospect to move to the next stage, which is a conversation, by the way. This is a two-way flow of information. And in fact, ideally, we have the rule, we say the 70-30 rule, where the prospect is doing 70% of the talking and we're doing 30%. Certainly, when it gets to red zone, we are going to be doing a reasonable amount of talking because we're going to talk about the 4P solution. We're talking about the pitch, the packaging, the price, and the payoff. What's in it for them? We're going to tailor our pitch, we're going to tailor our package to the answers we got in the blue zone. And then you need to know, okay, when do I move to the green zone, which is moving to the commitment zone, moving to the conversion zone, moving to the close, where the client is saying yes or no. Either way, what we know is when you follow and do the right thing in the yellow zone, the orange zone, the blue zone, the red zone, that your chances of conversion have just doubled, if not quadrupled, to get a yes in the green zone. Then there's what happens to set up all the things after the sale to get repeat business, referrals, and grow the business to increase lifetime value of the customer. This is the color zone sales circle of life. Then there's another component beyond the qualifying of what happens after the sale to keep the circle going, but how you use your CRM and how you use social media and how you use the internet to scale the business. Because you can and you should be using all of those as part of your increasing your leads and increasing repeat business and referrals. Now, we work with companies over 6 months, 12 months, 2 years to implement this, but you can do things in the next 8 weeks in this area to take your business to a whole new level. You can certainly be doubling, and we'd love to help you do that if you're interested. So lead generation in particular is where you're going to use your CRM, customer relationship management system, could be Salesforce, could be a whole range of others, how you use social media, how you use the internet to get your message out there to generate high quality leads. So you need to then look to how do I double my activity when it comes to social media, when it comes to webinar, when it comes to LinkedIn. Where are your ideal clients on the internet and how do you access them? This is where the CZ6 color zone selling system really comes into its own, because you start to realize when you install CZ6 sales and service system into your business, it links in with the CRM, the sales scoreboard, the sales incentive system, and therefore sales results. It's an integrated, holistic system. It's not just here's how to close, or here's how to ask questions, or even here's how to manage your time. It's a completely integrated system. Whether you're a one-person business, whether you're a 10,000 person business, everybody needs the CZ6 color zone selling system, and this has worked right across the globe now. And whether it's England, whether it's Thailand, whether it's Japan, Australia, New Zealand, we've had fantastic results with it right around the world, and you can install it into your business right now so that you have major growth over the next 8 weeks. How do you do it? Well, take advantage of our free online CZ6 Sales Booster course. It's valued at $297, but you can get it right now for free. So get into it, just enroll, take advantage of it, because this is part of my mission. I want to help 1 million salespeople, entrepreneurs over the next 12 months. And I want you to help me do that. Share this with your friends, because the more people we have selling more, serving more, prospering more, the better it is for our community, the better it is for our countries, the better it is for our globe. Sell more, serve more, prosper. Take advantage of this CZ6 course. Here are just some of the people I've worked with over the years. Look at Sarah down at the Esplanade Hotel. We worked with her and her team to identify where the team's strengths were, and then facilitated how the team rearranged its structure to, as she said, when you can see the testimonial there, they were making $200,000 a year more as a result of the short interaction we had. It was just fantastic. But they were blind to it. They were blind to the possibilities. David Horlock, MD of British Standards Institute across the Asia Pacific, as I said, the work we've done with David and his team, 176% of budget. Record sales by implementing the color zone selling system. Jay at Niche Living Real Estate Sales went from 5 to 6 sales a month to 8 to 9, a 60% increase in sales over a very short period of time by implementing the Colour Zone selling system, particularly tools, the 5 Ds within the Blue Zone, made all the difference. Chris O'Brien and the team at Liquor Barons, there we are on the Queen Mary, fantastic work we did there in terms of everything from Blue Zone, 5 Ds, to pitching and presenting solutions for clients, increasing average dollar sale, increasing customer experience, and increasing performance of the business. And of course, the other thing was, as more shops and businesses joined the cooperative of Liquor Barons, they had a scalable, teachable system that we captured that they could grow and grow and grow and grow the business. So as new people come on board, the sales academy that we set up at Liquor Barons could be scaled and built right across the state. It really is a great story. As I say, every company not only needs a service-based selling system, but a service-based sales academy to teach others. Look at this one. Paul Maggiatis, real estate development. He said, based on just one idea that we talked about in terms of follow-up, got an extra $2 million in leads over the 4 weeks. It was just brilliant from one idea. Peter Durwood at Blackbird, there 35 years he's been in real estate sales, said, man, I couldn't believe I had blind spots. I thought I was brilliant, which he is, but he could see from the coaching that we gave him how he could take his performance to a whole new level, even after 35 years in selling. Here's Bernard. He loved the work that we'd done with him and his team in the sales systems. He already had great systems, and then we took it to a whole other level using the Colour Zone selling system. And then here's Jenny. Jenny, look at this, gave her an 800% increase in sales using our sales systems and our learning systems, where she learnt, particularly in the Blue Zone, how to ask more questions and how to use the 70-30 rule, where the customer actually was doing more selling of themselves. And she had been in sales for 15, 20 years. So no matter where you are in selling, experience or not so experienced, there's opportunity to take your game to the next level. 2x it, 10x it. But you need an 8-week action plan. What are you going to do over the next 8 weeks? Put an action plan in place. Here are just some of the tools and the wizards that we have that we can share with you. We've got what we call the Sales Playbook and the POMVIC System Wizard. It's a wizard, a tool to help you both get better in the Blue Zone, asking the right questions in the right order, and then pitching in a way where you articulate value. The Pitch Deck Wizard is a way of not only selling to groups, but selling to individuals, structuring it the right way so that you pitch adding value, structured. And of course, Yellow Zone Sales Planning, that's another tool that we have that we can share with you in a structured, systematic way. People love it, and I'd love to share it with you, because when you take the Sales Planning Wizard and then you put that with what we call the Promotion Plan Wizard, you get consistent, high-quality leads. It's a systematic approach to deliver high-quality leads consistently. If you have a sales team, then there's a whole other story that needs to come in here. It's not just about the systems, sales systems, service systems, strategy, where are we now, who are the prospects we're going after, where do we want to be in 6 months, 12 months time. It's also about how the team's structured, who's in charge of who, how many people are reporting to who, and it's also about the psychology. It's like I wanted 4 S's there. The psychology within the team. Is it a positive, optimistic psychology? Is it a negative, pessimistic psychology? Some people say as much as 80% of success is psychology, because if you've got good systems, good strategy, good structure, and sick psychology, you're still in trouble. So 80% of success can be between the ears, the psychology. So then there's leadership. When we talk about teams, what is the leadership style? Who is leading? What are they doing well? What can they do differently or better? The leaders need training and coaching. What are the KPIs and what's the scoreboard? The team needs KPIs and scoreboard. So many times most people have bad, inadequate KPIs, and the measurements are so important. And then there's how we communicate as a team. You know, a lot of teams have very sick, negative communication and then wonder why they're not performing well. But you've got to evaluate that. And of course, over and above all of that is culture, the way we think and do things around here. Because even if you've got structure, strategy, systems, and even psychology right, culture, the way we think and do things around here is so important. As the great Peter Drucker said, culture eats strategy for lunch. So when we're working with sales teams, it's not just about sales training, it's about all of these areas: system, strategy, structure, psychology, and culture. So that is so important. So check yours. You need a diagnostic. You go, well, how am I? If I've got a team, how would I rate our systems, our strategy, our structure, our psychology, our culture? How would I rate it? Where are the opportunities to improve it? And we drill down with teams to help them look in the mirror, because we say involvement equals ownership equals commitment. If you want the team committed to new systems, new strategy, new structure, new culture, new psychology, you've got to get them involved in the process. And of course, part of that is skills development. But skills development is just part of the jigsaw, not the whole jigsaw. So a real important part of my mission is this Society for the Prevention of Cruelty towards Innocent Salespeople. So you've got a choice. You can either keep doing the same thing, whatever you've done, and you'll keep getting the same results, or you can do something different. That really is your choice. That's about where we're at right now. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep doing the same? Do you want to keep getting the same results? Or do you actually want to do something different? These are a series of posters I got done to communicate some of my thoughts, but really, we know your comfort zone is killing you. It's death in the comfort zone. You stay in your comfort zone, you'll keep getting the same results. Another great saying says, excuses and comfort zones are the enemies of change. If I want change, I've got to move beyond my excuses, beyond my comfort zone. So if you want to have change, you've got to move beyond your old excuses and your old comfort zones. Problem with that is, when you move beyond your comfort zone, you move into what we call your incompetence zone. That's why it's called your discomfort zone. Problem there is your ego doesn't like discovering that you're incompetent in certain areas. But that's also the learning zone. That's where the action is. Growth happens outside the comfort zone. Growth happens in the learning zone. That's why we all, you, me, we all need a coach. That's why Roger Federer needs a coach. That's why any great athlete performing at an elite level needs a coach. We all need a coach to move, to help us move, to challenge us to move into our discomfort zone, into our learning zone, where we learn more, where we get better results. The fact is, you are different, but you need to let the world see how that difference is magic. Let me help you discover how to show the world your difference is magic. So what do? Well, I'm not selling anything. I want you to take our free quiz. It really is the first step in the 8-week plan. Everyone serves, everyone sells, everyone sells, everyone serves. I want you to sell more, serve more, and prosper more. But the first step is to know, where are the opportunities for you to do that? I call it the MAD for More Sales Breakthrough Diagnostic Assessment. MAD, M-A-D, let's make a difference together. Help you go mad, make a difference for more. But the first step is to get you excited, get you focused, because when you do this, it'll take 10, 15, 20 minutes, drill down on your business, take a look at over 28 different areas, and then I will formulate a video report with recommendations on what you can do to take actions immediately. If you want to take it beyond that, then you and I can have a conversation beyond that report. But this is free, this is no obligation, this is my contribution to you to help you sell more, serve more, prosper more. I do want to help over 1 million businesses and entrepreneurs and sales teams and sales professionals to create sales breakthroughs over the next 3 years. So let's go. Let me help you. I'd prefer to do it in 1 year than 3 years. But all journeys start with a vision and then the first step. This Mad for More breakthrough assessment will be your first step. As I said, there are 4 ways to grow. Get more leads, increase your conversion rate, increase the purchase value, the average value of a purchase, and then the frequency in purchase and payment. Let's drill down onto your business and see where the opportunities are to help you do that. And you saw the compounding effect there. In the next 8 weeks, you can double that, but you can really 800% or more if you get it right over the next 6 and 12 months. It really is exciting when you start to focus on the magic of the compound interest, the compounding of those 4 areas, and you can do that using the Color Zone selling system. Let me help you install that in your business, generate more leads, convert more sales to sell more, serve more, and prosper more. So if we agree, then let's just start. Get on with it. Take action now. Take the first step to generate more leads, convert more sales, sell more, serve more, and prosper more. Take the quiz. It is your first step in the 8-week plan to double business. Know where you are now so you can springboard to take action. Thank you so much for participating, and I look forward to helping you take your business to a whole new level. Take the quiz. That's the first step. I really do want to help you sell better so you can live better. Thank you. Take action. I'll see you on the other side, because only actions make the difference. Let's take actions. Let's make a difference. Thanks for watching.